Hey there friends, and welcome back to the whiteboard, where today we're going to be learning about nonsense words. Now, what on earth is a nonsense word? A nonsense word is any word that is silly, made up, or otherwise not real. Nonsense words can help us learn how to be better readers because they make us work really hard to think about the sounds that the letters make and how we can put them together to make the word. That way, we're not relying just on what we remember, but we're actually making our brains work to put the sounds together. So in order to make our nonsense words today, we're going to be doing CVC words, consonant, vowel, consonant. If you remember, boys and girls, our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Our consonants are everything else. So those are the sounds we're going to be using. So here's how it'll work. I'll put a word up on the screen. We'll do a couple examples together where I show you how to sound them out. Then I'll let you do some with me, and finally, I'll have you do some by yourself, where you have to try to beat the teacher in sounding out the word first. So let's take a look at the first word here. This is not a real word, but we can see that because we have a blue letter, a red letter, and another blue letter, that this is in fact a CVC word, consonant, vowel, consonant. All we have to do is think about the sounds that the letters make, sound out the word, and put it together. So let's start. This is an N, I, B. The letter N makes the sound N, the letter I makes the sound I, and the letter B makes the sound B. That means in order to sound out this word, we need to say N, I, B. Let's do it together. N, I, B. Good job. When we put those sounds together, we make the word nib. N, I, B, nib. Now, obviously, that's not a real word, but we can still put it together and figure out what it says. Let's try another example. These are the letters J, A, T. If I was going to sound out this word, I would say J, A, T. Let's do that together. J, A, T. What word did I make? Jat. Very good. J, A, T, jat. We can hear the sounds and put them together even if the word we're making doesn't make sense. Let's do a couple more examples. This word has the letters L, E, F. The letter L says O, the letter E says E, and the letter F says F. That means if I was going to sound out this word, I would say O, E, F. Let's do it together. O, E, F. What word did I make? Lef. Very good. Lef. Lef. We can put those sounds together to make the word, even if the word we're making doesn't make sense. Let's do a couple more together, and then I'll have you try some more on your own. The letters in this word are K, U, V. If I was going to sound out this word, I would say K, V, because K says K, U says and V says V. Let's sound out this word together. K, V, cov. Very good. K, V, cov. The word cov is not a real word, but we're still using our sounds and our good brains to figure out what it says. All right, friends, last example, and then we'll do some together. So this word has the letters H, O, D. If I was going to sound out this word, I would say d. The letter H says h, the letter O says aw, and the letter D says d. Let's sound it out together. D. Hod. Very good. This is the word hod, which again is a nonsense word. Let's sound it out one more time together. D. Hod. Wonderful job, friends. Now, this time around, I'm going to show you the word and give you the sounds, and then I'll give you a couple of seconds to see if you can figure out what it says on your own. Are you ready? Awesome. Let's look at this word. This word has the letters T, A, S. The letter T says T, the letter A says A, and the letter S says S. The sounds in this word are T, A, S. Put those sounds together and see what word you make. Did you make the word tass? If you did, you're exactly right. T-a-s. Tass is the word we see here on the page. Wonderful. Let's do another one. This word has the letters D, E, P. Say it with me. D, E, P. The letter D says D, the letter E says E, and the letter P says P. That means if I was going to sound out this word, it would sound like this. D, E, P. Put those sounds together and see what word you make. Did you make the word dep? If you did, you're absolutely right. Let's do it together and see how we got there. D, E, P. Dep. Very good. One more time. D, E, P. Dep. By listening carefully to the sounds that the letters make, we can put them together to make any number of nonsense words. Let's do a couple more together. This word uses the letters G, I, X. The letter G says G, the letter I says I, and the letter X says X. That means if I was going to sound out this word, it would sound like this. G, I, X. Take a couple seconds and see if you can figure out what that word is. Did you say the word Gix? If you did, you're absolutely right. G, I, X. Gix is the word we see on the page. All right, let's try this one. In this word, we have the letters K, O, J. The letter K says K, the letter O says A, and the letter J says J. That means if I was going to sound this out, it would sound like this. K, A, J. Take a couple seconds and see if you can figure out what our word is. If you said codge, you'd be exactly right. K-A-J. Codge is made with the letters K-O-J. Again, we're listening carefully to those sounds and putting them together, even if they don't quite make sense. Now let's take a look at this one. In this word, we have the letters H, U, V. The letter H says H, the letter U says and the letter V says V. That means if I was going to sound out this word, it would look like this. V. What's my word? If you said hov, you're absolutely right. V, hov. We see that the letters H-U-V make the word hov based on their sounds. All right, friends, now it's your turn. It's time for the teacher challenge, which means I'm going to put the word on the page. I'll give you a couple of seconds to look at it, and then you'll have to tell me what it is. Your job is to see if you can sound out the word before I say it. Are you ready? Let's go. Here's your first word. Sound it out, and then I'll give you the answer in a couple of seconds. Our answer here is FIP. Say the word FIP. Good. Thumbs up if you got it right. Awesome. If we were going to sound out this word, it would look like this. F-I-P. FIP. Because the letter F says F, the letter I says I, and the letter P says P. F-I-P. FIP. All right, you ready for another one? Here it comes. What's my word? Did you say lawn? If you did, you're exactly right. Let's take a look at it together. We have the letters L-O-N. If we sounded this word out, it would look like this. L-A-N, lawn. Now I know what you're thinking. Miss Sykes, lawn is a real word. The lawn is what I have in my backyard, and it's what I go play on, and it's full of grass. But that word is actually spelled L-A-W-N. This word is spelled L-O-N. So even though it sounds like a real word, it's still technically a nonsense word. L-A-N, lawn. Give this one a try, boys and girls. What is my word? Did you say wrath? If so, you're absolutely right. Let's see how we got there. We have the letters R, A, F. The letter R says R, the letter A says A, and the letter F says F. That means if we sound it out, it would look like this. R, A, F. Put them together, wrath. Very good. Let's do a couple more. Take a look at this word and figure out what it says. Did you say bup? If you said bup, you got the answer right. Let's see how we got there. This word has the letters B, U, P. The letter B says B, the letter U says and the letter P says P. That means we put the sounds together like this. B, P, bup. Do you hear how we got the word? Awesome. Let's take a look at this one. Take a couple seconds and figure out my word. Did you say wem? If you said wem, you're exactly right. Let's figure out how we got there. So this is the letter W, the letter E, and the letter M. The letter W says w, the letter E says and the letter M says So if we put those sounds together, it looks like this. W, wem. Wonderful job, friends. That is our last word, which means you are all done. How'd you do? Do you feel like you can read nonsense words now? As we continue to practice this skill, boys and girls, remember that we can look at the letters, figure out the sounds that we make, and sound out any word we see in front of us, even if it doesn't make sense. Great work today. Rock on, my superstars, and I'll catch you all next time.